A couple of weeks ago, we talked about legal issues on working from home. To view that video, we'll share a link at the description below. For today's video, we'll talk about e- and digital signature as part of the new normal. To encourage us to make more videos like this, please like, share and subscribe. We will really appreciate it. Thank you. With the help of technology and good internet access, there is less demand for the use of papers. With less paper means more digitized documents. Hence the rise of the use of e-signature and digital signatures. Before we even talk about the difference between e-signature and digital signature, its legitimacy as well as its drawback, let us first talk about what a signature is. A signature is defined as a depiction of a mark, usually in the form of a name, on a document as proof of the person's identity in authorizing a document. Let us break this down. First, it is a mark. It need not be an autograph like how most people presume it should look like. Depending on which country and genre you're from, a signature can be in the form of a name seal, calligraphy, thumbprint, or a QR code. Second, it is meant to prove the person's identity. In other words, it must be unique to and encrypted for that individual only. Like all encryption, it can be broken. That is why forgery of signature is a common thing. An e-signature is basically a virtual signature. It is most commonly used in the signing of digitized letters and emails. It is usually created with the use of a mouse or stylus. Whereas a digital signature, on the other hand, is embedded with a personal key infrastructure, also known as PKI. The purpose of a PKI is to facilitate the secure electronic transfer of information. Generally, a person signs a document using a private key. The recipient decodes the signature with a public key provided by the signer. If the public key cannot decrypt the signature is then invalid. Pursuant to the Digital Signature Act 1997, digital signature in contract is legally recognized in Malaysia if it is verified by a certificate issued by a Malaysian licensed authority. The list of these licensed authorities can be found at the Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission website, also known as MCMC. The Digital Signature Act 1997 does not recognize e-signature. However, the Electronic Commerce Act 2006 changed all that. Section 6 of the Electronic Commerce Act recognized the legal effect of electronic messages, which includes emails, SMS, WhatsApp messages, and so on. Section 7 recognized contracts formed with the use of electronic messages, whilst Section 9 recognized e-signature if it is attached to an electronic message, can reasonably identify the person's identity, and it's of a reliable source. What is reliable will depend if the signature is linked to and is solely under the control of the signer, and if any change to the signature or document post-signing is detectable. The Electronic Government Activities Act 2007 recognizes the use of electronic messages in dealings between the government and the public. If electronic messages are used in dealings with the government, electronic signature can then be used. It is noteworthy that e-signature is not recognized in power of attorney, will and codicil, trust, negotiation instrument, affidavits, and statutory declaration. However, it is still uncertain if such signatures are recognized for share transfer forms or property transfer forms. The obvious drawback of using digital signature is when the private key is no longer private. Anyone who gets their hand on it can generate a digital signature. Unlike the conventional signature on paper, there is no way to tell if such signature is fabricated. Same goes with e-signature. Whilst the security feature for digital signature is the private key, passwords to your computer and emails will be the security feature for e-signature. That is why passwords are important. If you have password as your password, it is time for you to think of a new one. Where e or digital signature is recognized, one is free to use any of it. One should always remember that convenience shouldn't outweigh risks. Hence, do you think that such signature is better than a conventional one? The pen is after all mightier than a sword. What's more than a mouse?